Good evening and thank you for joining us for KSAN News at 6. I'm Mariah Fernandez. Sonora has begun its cleanup and recovery efforts even as some roads remain flooded. Members of the community have come together to begin assessing the damage and distributing supplies. Our Victor Glenn has more in tonight's News Connection.
In Sonora, recovery efforts are in full swing following flooding this past weekend. The American Red Cross stepped in almost immediately to offer their assistance.
We had some meetings with the mayor and with the county judge, and so we ramped up pretty quick to deliver services. We're concerned about the people in the community. Our heart really goes out to this community. They're pulling together and working really hard, but we're right now doing damage assessments, so we have teams in the field going house to house, documenting the amount of damage, the amount of water that they had in their house by the water lines, working with them, and then tomorrow we will start with client casework, so we're trying to get that word out to the community.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott accepted the application submitted by Sonora for disaster relief, but officials with the city still have a lot of paperwork to finish before any action is taken on the part of the state. Tammy Fisher is the Sonora Relief Coordinator. She says they're hopeful FEMA will step in and help in some way as well.
Because in our situation, we don't need FEMA to come in and do a whole lot. There's not a lot to be done. We don't need the entire FEMA operation here like you would need in a hurricane situation or in a larger metropolitan area. But in this case, we're in desperate need of temporary housing for dislocated families. That's just a singular need, and if we could just tap that one resource, we'd be ecstatic with that.
We spoke with a number of residents from Sonora, one of whom said their home had 7 inches of water in it and is probably totaled. Another said that while their home was safe on a hill, much of their ranch land was impacted by the flooding.
At the moment, relief coordinators say that they have sufficient material donation, but say what they need most now is money to facilitate repair, replacement, and cleanup. For News Connection, I'm Victor Glenn.